Yo guys, what's up? I know it's been a minute doing another yearly upload here, but for this video, it's going to be going over a new Kengan game that came out not too long ago, a couple days ago actually. Yes, it's a new Kengan game. Is it original? No. But are we all going to be grinding it? Yes. Probably not. But yeah, so this one's called Hayuku. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Asura. And it's pretty brand new. It's kind of like just in the beginning stage, so there's only like a handful of styles. But if you play one Kengan game, you've played them all. There's really nothing new here to digest. So this is gonna be a starting guide. You know, I know every Kengan game out there requires like a Trello to play because everything is just super confusing at first. So starting right off the bat, because I don't want this video to be too long, when you first spawn in, you're not gonna have any money. You're gonna have to farm jobs to get money to train and get stronger. So I'm gonna go ahead and post as many codes as I can right on screen here, and you can pause the video and you're just gonna click M to open up the little menu and click codes, and you're just gonna paste every code that you possibly can, and it's gonna give you, hopefully they're not expired, it's gonna give you money to start with and some premium currency so you can like roll traits or clans. So yeah, once you do all of your codes and you have all of like the money that you have from those codes, you're gonna go ahead and press P on your keyboard. Okay, well, P is supposed to do something. Okay, I'm on the Trello and it says P is supposed to show waypoints. It's not showing waypoints, so I'm gonna be the guide here for today. So walk around. It's not a super big map, but you're just gonna walk around, look for the basketball court. You're gonna see Gojo doing a dance in there. You know, it is what it is. And the bank is going to be right here. It's called Sly banking. Just go in here, and all the money that you got from the codes, and for the future, if you do farm a lot of money, because you don't want to be carrying all your cash on you, or if somebody knocks you out, you're gonna lose a lot of money and like they're gonna rob you and stuff. And you're just gonna go ahead and like deposit all of your money and always have at least 15,000 on you. 15,000 is like enough to kind of macro and then get your fatigue up and sleep. So yeah, once you put all your money in the bank, you're gonna come to the job board. Now there's multiple jobs in the game. There's three. The livery job, which is going to be right here next to basketball court. And then if we go right down the road from the basketball court, you are going to come across, well, it's literally called alley. And here is going to be another job, garbage job, as well as like a bunch of foods. There's like multiple food locations in the map. But I'm gonna be honest, like this is the most convenient because there's a total of 6 foods here, like 3 little shops, so you just, you know, buy your food. You gotta buy food to macro. Just go ahead and buy all this. Now that we have all of our food, you're just gonna go here, collect the job and just start cleaning. Yep, this is it. This is the grind for the beginning. So just go ahead and clean, you know, get some money. This is it. You're gonna do this for 15-20 minutes, get some money, try and get at least like 20,000 before you train a little bit. Just remember not to hold too much cash on you at all times, because if somebody knocks you out and robs you, I mean, you're gonna lose. The more you have on you, the more you lose. All right, so yeah, you farm jobs, now you got some money. Now what we're gonna go ahead and do is run down this street from that garbage job, and you should have your food with you. You should have some money, preferably, you know, like I said, like 15-20,000. And you're gonna walk into the gym and purchase a breathing mask. The breathing mask increases your stamina gains by 25%. Vest increases durability gains by 25%. and limb weights increases your striking speed gains. Now that you've got your breathing mask on, you are going to come up to this bike. The bike gives you the most stamina out of any machine. The treadmill gives you the most agility, which increases your speed. Right over here are the pull-up machines. These give you durability. The punching bags give you strength and striking speed. And then up here we have squats and bench. So squats will do lower muscle and a little bit of strength, I think. And then bench will be upper muscle and I think a little bit of strength or durability. Can't remember, it doesn't really matter because you're not going to be doing those unless you want muscle. You're gonna get 400 stam from the bikes, and then you can get like some agility, like 300 agility, and then you can kind of work on like other things, kind of even out your stats. I'd personally recommend always having like at least a couple hundred stamina over a majority of all of your stats, just because stam is super important. Now you're probably wondering, well, how do I check or know how much like stats I have? Well, that's a good question. So right down from the gym, just straight shot down here, is going to be the hospital, and this is where you're going to check your stats. Okay, now I don't know why it's like this, but if you're playing on low graphics and you buy the stat check, which is going to be right here in front of the nurse, I mean, this is like 360p quality. I don't know why it's like that. So if your game looks like this, or like the paper looks like this, just go ahead and open up your settings and turn up your graphics quality to the max, and you can see I have, still a little hard to see. Yeah, these are my stats, so probably gonna gatekeep, but and yeah, so that's how you check your stats. That's how you get money. That's how you like grind stats. Now, one last thing I want to mention, well, probably one or two more things, is there's fatigue. Your fatigue is what's gonna prevent you from just like leaving your training going for forever, because once you reach 100 fatigue, you will not gain stats anymore. So in order to get your fatigue down, you're gonna have to come to the hospital, take a left here, go up the stairs, take another left, and then another left, and there's gonna be hospital beds, and here's where you can sleep. And then you can see my fatigue is starting to go down. And yeah, you're just gonna do that until it's 0 and rinse and repeat. Like I said, if you've played Kingan games, you've played them all. There is no such thing as anything new in these. There's like usually always a fatigue system. You gotta grind money from jobs, and then there's like styles. Honestly, there's like right now there's 4 styles in the game, I think. They just released a new one. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave the Trello link like in the description if you want to like find out where those styles are, because there's, yeah, I don't want the video to be going on too long here. One other thing that I want to mention, as of right now, like protein is just a waste of money. You can just get muscle normally. Muscle increases, pretty sure it increases damage and health. I know damage for sure. I don't know if it's flat HP or damage reduction, but you don't want to go too much muscle unless you intend on going heavy, because I hear that there's a lean cap in here. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is kind of like in the gray area, not too sure yet. So I would just kind of play it safe, focus on grinding your stats until like the muscle and fat are a little more polished, with more information, because you definitely don't want to cook your gains in the beginning, since having more muscle and fat kind of screws over your speed and like stamina, stuff like that. And last thing I just want to mention, I know it's probably not gonna change anything, but if you want to play this game, you kind of really need the macro game pass. Like, you know, every Kingy game has it. Unfortunately, the game is just unplayable if you don't have a macro. Like, you might as well not play the game. I hate to say it like that, you know, if you're looking to play the game and just manually grind, because you might as well give up. Everything's automated just behind like a paywall. So yeah, because otherwise, like if you're gonna be manually grinding, you have to sit here for hours, for like 8 hours a day manually, if you want to have any kind of chance to, you know, compete with like the average macro user. You just gotta sit here and just press these keys. I mean, most people run this thing for 15 hours, so you really have no chance if you don't have the macro game pass. So yeah, it's like $8, it's like $10, I think, 800 Robux. But that's the last thing I wanted to, you know, show. Hopefully the game goes places, because I think it looks pretty smooth, looks kind of promising. But I'm not sure, you know, I said the same thing about like other Kenyan games. And most of them flop, or most of them get like very, very boring and just terrible. So yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Peace.